Good evening, everyone. I know people are still joining, but we have a very exciting and full webinar today. So in order not to waste any time, we're going to get right started. If you miss a few things, then I apologize in advance. So today we have a very exciting panel about delivery apps and on-demand transportation. I'll let the speakers introduce themselves, and Raed from co-founder of Angel Investments is our host today. But before I hand it over to him, I just wanted to remind everyone that USH is Oman Startup Hub. If it's the first time you're hearing about it, then welcome. Please do visit the website, create a profile, sign up to our newsletter, follow our social accounts. If you're a startup or a supporter, it would be very beneficial to you. New features are introduced periodically, and we're hoping to really become the hub and the most kind of in-depth resource for startups in Oman. So Raed, I hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Welcome, everyone. In the beginning, I'd like to thank Oman Startup Hub, for hosting us all today and for bringing together the sector, from startups to investors to advisors to entrepreneurs, and for all of us to connect. My name is Raed. I'm the co-founder of Angel Investments Oman. We are, to put it simply, a group of early stage tech investors in Omani tech startups, specifically a group of like-minded investors. And we focus only on Oman tech startups. Our journey started around a year ago. We knew we wanted to be part of the ecosystem. At that time, we were still exploring and still looking at how we want to get involved. And when we looked at the ecosystem, we found that there's a lot of activity around the incubation and the early seed stage. There's also some activity around the venture part. However, the ecosystem lacked an active angel investment group. And so we decided to enter into this very exciting sector and invest in Oman tech startups specifically. Oman Angel Investment, our vision is to be a leading investor in the ecosystem and to create the pipeline and bridge the gap for our startups here locally so that they can reach the next stage of funding and growth. Our topic today is the rise of delivery apps. I think all of us will remember when delivery wasn't as available to everyone as it is today. Today, last mile delivery of goods, people, food, whatever you want, anytime you want, can be delivered, sometimes very well, sometimes left on your doorstep at 3 a.m., but still be assured that you can get it delivered. Today, our panel, we have two founders. We have Mohit from Azuz, and we have Gaurav from Akid. And we also have Musa Al-Balushi from Asyad. Musa has 10 years experience extensively in IT, and currently he leads the technology part for Oman Logistics Center. It is because of people like Musa leading the ecosystem and shaping the ecosystem that we're able to be where we are today. So without any delay from my side, I'd like to give the floor to Musa so he can introduce himself better and talk about his role. To you, Musa.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you, Raed, for this introduction, and good evening to everyone. So I will quickly again introduce myself. So my name is Musa Al-Balushi. I'm from Oman Logistics Center Technology team. We are working to implementing the Source 2040, which is the Sultanate of Oman Logistics strategy. So I think I will start by, let me turn my presentation on. I hope it's clear. Raed, it's clear from your side?
Yes, very clear.
Yeah, so for me, I quickly will go to through main three topics. I will talk about Asyad and the delivery services in Asyad. I will talk about the regulatory framework in the country, which is related to the delivery. and quickly also about the market as is currently in delivery in Oman. As everyone I think know about Asyad, Asyad is the government company owned 100% by Oman Investment Authority, established in 2016 to maximize the economic and financial growth for the Oman government assets in the logistics sector, from ports, free zones, and from other logistics services. Maybe we can see the logos in the and below. We can see the main 3 ports which we have under Asyad, Suhar, Salala, and Duqm. And we have a Marafi, one of the local companies who's running different ports locally. We have Oman Shipping Dry Dock as the main logistics services, and we have also Senior and Oman Post with different public services and logistics. As we talking today about delivery, so I decided to go through 2 main profile we have in Asyad. So if we saw Oman Post is, I think, one of the very oldest companies in the country. They have almost a branch in every wilaya and city in Oman. They have different services they're providing. The PO boxes and the e-post, which is the virtual box for anyone in Oman. And I think one of the most important, very important services in nowadays. I think everyone is looking around the Black Friday sales nowadays. And so if you are trying to purchase anything in US, I think you can use Matjar. Matjar will be your virtual mailbox in US. So if you are trying to buy anything from US in this Black Friday, so please use Matjar, and for sure you will get quality services, and you will get your goods in your doorstep. Asyad Express is the door-to-door services. It's a delivery company, top-tier delivery company, and serving different companies with a high-tech solution what they're using. I think they'll be one of the best solution for delivery in Oman. I think we'll talk a bit about the regulation side in Oman. Maybe I'm a bit talking fast, but I think the time is a bit short, 5 minutes. So I'll try to go through it. So, and if you have any question, maybe you can take it later.
You're okay, Musa, you're okay.
Yeah, in Oman, in the regulations and whoever working in the delivery, they can focus in 2 main degrees or decrees, or exactly 2 executive regulations. One is the land transportation one, which is 2/2018, and second one, which is related to the postal 89/2013. So these 2 main regulations, which is related to the delivery in Oman, maybe if I just focus and zoom in the delivery for the land and the freight, and go to the commercial vehicle box down below, we can see if you have any parcels, or you are a company who's trying to deliver parcels which is below 25 kg. You need to go to TRA as a regulatory for the postal services, which the the executive decree, which is I mentioned before that slide, and also you need to go to the Ministry of Transport, Communication, and Information Technology to obtain also the another permission for operating the land transportation services. So this is overall about, in brief, about the regulation in Oman. About the market size, I think we saw a rise of many of delivery apps and the companies, especially the startup one, especially that who just started with a few guys, and they are starting doing delivery, and they are targeting especially the the home businesses, we can say it, or we can say the Instagram account businesses. And we can see from this slide, we have a different of mashallah companies in the country. They raised, especially during this years, because of Corona and the demand of the delivery everywhere. Many of them, they are just between startup and SME. They are not even big companies. Even I do not mention any big companies here from the the companies who's doing long back the delivery in the country. They are just an Omani one. They are Omani guys. They are fresh. They are trying to bring new services, delivery services in the country. We have also cargo one. We have a different platform also is coming for the cargo delivery for a truck one. We can see, I mean, a bit busy market nowadays in delivery services. So that's for sure will improve the quality for the delivery in coming times. Also, from other side, before I finish my speech, so if we saw that delivery companies who's very specific in delivery, we can say from other side, platforms who's providing e-commerce services, food and grocery services, they also have their own delivery. So we can say the delivery is not only for delivery companies nowadays, it's also about e-commerce platform. They have, many of them, they have their own fleet. So I think with this, Raed, I will hand back it to you, and we will discuss it more in the discussion time. Thank you.
Thank you, Musa. So Musa, how big is this market? So if you have like a number per day deliveries, just general deliveries, is it in the thousands? Is it in the 10,000s?
I think it's for small markets, for small companies. It will be something. Especially, I can give you the number when it was during the COVID, when it was locked down. There was between 500 and 1,000. Yeah, so it was a really high number at that days for a week. Yeah.
So it's a significant growing market, and the efforts of Esiad has paved the way basically for people like our next speakers to really come into this market. Thank you, Musa. So next we have Mohit Suri from Azuz. Mohit has a long wealth of experience within multiple fields, originally an engineer turned entrepreneur, and now delivering fresh goods and products to your doorsteps. Mohit, please tell us more about your journey so far.
Sure. Thank you, Raed. Let me just share my screen first. Thank you, Raed, for the introduction. And I want to thank Oman Startup Hub for having me on this panel. And it's an honor to present Azuz on a platform like this. I want to start with the story. I want you to imagine an Omani man in a small village far away from Muscat who owns camels and wants to start a business of selling camel milk. Now, what do you think his chances are of selling that milk to a family living in the wave in Muscat? I don't think he has a chance. I've been living in Oman for the last 22 years and have never seen or tasted camel milk. Not because I didn't want to, but it wasn't available easily. This is the problem of most of the small businesses in the world, not just in Oman. They know how to make some fantastic products, but don't have the reach to the customers. These companies need support to market themselves, and there is a need for an ecosystem to enable them. To address this problem, we created Azuz, an online platform that enables producers to sell directly to end customers. Azuz is available in both English and Arabic language on iOS, Android, and the web. So no matter what device you use or what language you speak, you will always be able to place an order on Azuz 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Already, thousands of customers are actively using Azuz to order fresh, healthy, daily need items. And we have just started scratching the surface. When we first went live in January 2020, we delivered for small poultry farms, honey producers, vegetable farms, and greenhouses in and around Muscat. During this short journey, we realized that it was not only just the small companies, but even larger organizations needed to reach the customers directly. Sorry. And it was not only just that they wanted to sell their products, but also they wanted to know the customer needs better. So from 3 vendors that we started with, we now work with 52, out of which 20 are SMEs or home businesses. Today, we not only deliver pure Omani honey from an SME, but we also deliver dairy products from Oman's largest dairy project, Mazoon Dairy. We deliver chicken from Asafa, Arayaf, Alzain, and so on. Our customers can select from nearly 1,500 products under 38 different categories and get them delivered at their own convenience. Azuz was created as a farm-to-table concept, but now has expanded its role as an enabler for not just the farms, but also other Omani producers, manufacturers, trading companies, and hopefully service companies in future. We are scaling our business consistently, profitably, and it is mostly customer-driven. When I say mostly customer-driven, it means that while our focus is on SMEs and home businesses, we do have category of products that our customers wanted us to have on our platform. I am Mohit Suri, founder of Azuz, and I've been working in Oman for the last 22 years out of my 24 years experience in various roles. Building businesses from grassroots level is my expertise. My co-founder, Warda Al-Minji, has years of experience in mentoring SMEs and home businesses. We managed to build an exceptional team that is fully committed, aligned, and motivated towards goals of Azuz. So if any of you in the audience is a small business or planning to start a business, please note down my number and email address and reach out. Azuz will not only promote your sales, but will assist you in your overall growth, because in your growth lies ours. So next time, when you want to order fresh vegetables, fruits, meat, chicken, water, rice, vegan or organic items, even spices, coffee, whatever, for your daily need items, try Azuz. And we promise you great experience. And be rest assured that the product you're going to get is going to be of high quality and fresh. Our vegetables from Oman are actually harvested in the morning, and they are on your kitchen table on the same day itself. And if you find any product that is below your expectations, we have a helpline number. You will get it replaced without any extra charge. Also know that when you make that purchase through Azuz, you are also encouraging an Omani business. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohit. That's very, very, very inspiring. So I can really get camel milk?
You can. Yes,
so
you can.
Tonight I'll order my camel milk and I'll get it tomorrow.
Sure. So in fact, if you order even on the same day and before 11 o'clock in the morning, we have deliveries at the same day itself.
And you have cow milk also, right? Not only
Yes.
camel
So
milk.
we have all kind of dairy products are there. Yes.
Thank you, Mohit. That's very, very nice. Next, we have Gaurav. Gaurav comes from the corporate world initially, being a consultant with one of the big four. Then somehow he turned into the guy that brings us our food every day, maybe twice a day. I won't say any more about Akid. I'll let Gaurav tell you more about his journey.
Yeah. Thank you, Raed. But can I just share my screen now? Yeah. Okay. Is my screen visible, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Gaurav Nahar, and I'm the CEO of Oman's first food delivery application, Akid Delivery. I would like to thank the esteemed panel, audience, Mr. Raed Dawood and Osh, Oman Startup Hub, for this opportunity to share our company's background and journey on this platform. Akeed, which simply translates to shore in Arabic, was kickstarted in 2018, along with my co-founder, Musa Lawati, as a dream to make food ordering simpler and easier for the people of Oman. 3 years down the line, it gives me immense pride to say that the company is not only made in Oman, but has changed the food delivery experience in the country for the better. No minimum order, serving distance of 15 kilometers, late night delivery. We are available also in 6 cities in Muscat, the car on delivery options, and several more other USPs that made Akeed what it is today. Needless to say, today these are the basic features that any new entrant in the market takes note of before they begin their operations. I feel pride for this very reason, that though we are young in the market, we have contributed in drastically changing the way food delivery was conceived and operated before 2018. Today, as we speak, Akeed Delivery not only completed 1 million orders being generated out of 2,000 restaurants and stores spread across the country, but is also proud to have a family of 300 employees, including our drivers or captains. We are extremely proud to also announce the expansion of Akeed in the grocery delivery market with the start of Akeed Fresh in October 2020. It's a premium grocery delivery service that vouches for the best fruits and vegetables produced in the city. The question which I get asked a lot is, what makes you different in the market? My response is a simple statement. The word Akeed is a guarantee. We are not selling a service. We are building trust and reliability amongst our customers, or Akeeders as we call them. Many new and existing competitors might also be providing the same features that we do, but what they will never provide is the trust that once you have ordered, come what may, we will handle the rest. Even if it takes the CEO to bring your order. Yes, I have done 1,000 deliveries myself in Akeed. In Akeed, we always have believed that investing in the customer directly is something that will take us ahead of our game. You will rarely see us on the outdoor marketing channels, but you will definitely hear about our offers and impeccable delivery service. Our recent flat 50% off for the 50th National Day celebration is one such example. Our marketing tactics are always shaped in such a way that we invest more in the customer than on any other marketing platform. This has helped us not only to acquire customers at a lower acquisition cost, but build a community of users having a great lifetime value or LTV. However, apart from these marketing numbers, the period of COVID was also an eye-opener for us, wherein we realized that with minimum marketing spend on platforms and maximum spend in terms of offers, value deals, quality, and hygienic delivery service, we could still register a high number. Contactless delivery and adding verticals that make life easier for you and the people was some of our learnings during this period. Like all startups, our journey wasn't easy. And to be honest, it's getting tougher and tougher as we climb the ladder. Like they say, the dreams of the past are now the challenges of the future. But sometimes, which has made our journey easier, is using customer feedback as a key to growing and improving ourselves. Many startups spend key phases of their life in studying their competitor, but what they fail to study are the users who left their competition and came to them. We feel happy that we understood that very early in our life. Whatever we are today, a huge credit of it goes to our customers and the people of Oman. Though I'm a little too young to give advice, a cheat code that I will share with all my budding entrepreneurs and startups is write on your customers' opinions. Make their feedback the center point of all your decisions. You will end up not only with a great product, but with a community that will need this product. So if you have any more further questions, or would you like to even personally meet me, you can always reach me on this email as info@akeedapp.com. And also, as an exciting surprise today, we will be offering all the participants, for the viewers and the audience who came today, a promo code of a free delivery with an email that you will be receiving after this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. So, free food for everybody?
It's a free delivery. Yeah.
Free delivery for everybody. That's very, very generous of you. So if I may just remind everyone, you can ask your questions as you go along, and we'll convey them to the panelists throughout the remaining part of the session. So Gaurav, why did you decide to do this? You had the, consulting job, flying around, meeting big clients, and then now you're doing 1,000 deliveries out of the 1 million, driving the car and giving people their food. So why are you doing this? What's the secret there?
So the motivation was to, of course, initially start something of my own and to add a different value to my life. I'm glad I got the experience of working in the corporate world. It teaches you to, groom up professionally. But after that, I really wanted to take all those learnings and implement it into my real life experiences. So when I used to visit Oman, as some of you may not know, that I have lived here my entire life. I did my schooling here, so my family has been here 35 years. So during my visits, and my co-founder Musa, who I met through PwC, we were surprised to find that 2 years ago, there was no delivery application in Oman doing similar services across the world today. So that became as a huge challenge for us and a huge problem that we wanted to solve. And that was like a light bulb moment to actually start an application, what is simply just being used across the world, to replicate and implement it here. So initially it started as a very small problem to solve. But as we started this venture, we realized how much of a more of a problem it is. Like today we started with grocery delivery as well. And especially during COVID, it became as an essential item to be delivering to the customer. So we are very proud to where it has come, and the challenges, of course, continue as we grow further. So we love the experience of actually taking the problem that is there in the market and solving it with a proper solution to the customers.
And has the journey been satisfying so far?
Very satisfying. I mean, we could not have been happier with the kind of growth that we have had in 2 years, that also gave so many other startups the motivation and encouragement to come and bring competition in the market. So this definitely gives us a huge motivation and happiness and satisfaction to continue to doing what we are actually doing.
Excellent. So now if I can ask Mohit, so what's driving you to deliver camel milk to people's footsteps, people's doorsteps every day? You're on mute, Mohit. So you as well had a successful career being an engineer in petroleum, and then you, like Gaurav, chose this. If anyone has been an entrepreneur, knows a very, very difficult road. So what was the driver?
So, Raed, my background is a little different in the sense that I left my job in 2008, and then I started my journey by setting up other businesses. So in the past, we have really struggled, created businesses, like we succeeded in few, made some money, lost money, and all that. So we, between me and Varda, we knew the pains of a small business. So when we thought of doing something like a startup, tech startup, that was our why, basically, that we need to enable these people. What I said in my presentation also is the same thing, that we wanted to enable people, the small businesses especially. And we also got an opportunity actually through a project that we did to work with these SMEs and home businesses. And we really saw that the product was amazing. And, we set up even a retail store earlier, but it was something bigger was needed. So this was our why, basically, that why we wanted to do it. And also from a business point of view, I feel that in the region, the retail, the old fashioned type of retail is ready for disruption. So, if we don't do it, somebody from outside is going to come and do it. So it's always very healthy to look at the businesses and not able to just sell what you have, but also bring the customers what they want and provide them with that. So that is the long-term goal. So that's clearly our why, basically.
And is it being a tech entrepreneur harder than being just brick and mortar entrepreneur? I mean,
see, every business has its own challenges, right? What you're saying is a very valid question. Actually, every business has its own challenges, but for us, it was a little different because we did not know what was the ecosystem here. When we conceived Azuz, we had no idea like what was available. Now we know better, and so it has its own challenges. It's interesting. There's a lot of learning, actually. I always tell people that in the last 10 months, what I've learned, I did not even learn in the last 25 years of my career.
So it's been a very rewarding journey so far.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Musa, what is the role that the Oman Logistics Center plays in enabling the ecosystem and making sure that entrepreneurs really find the guidance and the advice that they need to really turn their startups into successes?
The role, as a role of the Oman Logistics Center, where the team who's trying to execute the SOS 2040. So the overall, the OLC is coming from a different 4 pillars, actually. So there are the 4 teams who's trying to work in different initiatives to improve the sector. If we start with the human capital, team, there was trying to push the startup ecosystem through bringing the training staffs, and also they also initiate the incubator for the startup and SME. From trade facilitation also team, they also try to make easy and facilitate all the SMEs trades inquiries. Also from market team, they are always trying to promote and to take these startups to the second stage. So, and also we are in technology, we had different initiatives also to push the ecosystem for the startup by supporting them in a different initiatives. Maybe I can mention a few of them. The tech clinic. We have a tech clinic initiative where we are trying to support the startup SME and guide them to the what are the regulations and what is the best practice in the logistics sector.
Specifically in logistics.
Yes, exactly. We had now 100 hours of support to the different startup and students who's trying to bring this bring solution to the logistics sector. We have a tech try. We're trying different technologies with the startup and SME and solving and different challenges with the different use cases in the sector.
And this is what drives Musa. So how is Musa personally? What is your passion about being into this? Other than the technology, we know you love technology.
Yeah.
So personally, for you?
Personally, I think maybe my early start of selling the stuff. Maybe the guys can remember Sabla. So I just started at that time to selling the electronic items. So that was my passion that time. So I was there in the ecosystem. Maybe you saw the slide where I tried to bring all the startups in delivery in the one slide. So that's my passion to be always with startup mood and trying to bring such a solution to different use cases.
But you also had your own startup, right?
Yeah, I have my own e-commerce store. Yeah. We have our family business, so I just turned it to the e-commerce, and we are growing on that one.
Yeah, and you're plugging into the logistics and delivery as well.
Yeah, so I think it is nowadays it's the same. So if you have an e-commerce, for sure you will think about the logistics. You will think about your customer satisfaction. So the customer will be happy whenever you deliver it fast. So yeah, that is really important, like in the e-commerce.
And do you see that the challenges in the market are being addressed from an ecosystem point of view? Are there efforts to address the challenges? We'll speak to our entrepreneurs about the challenges, but from a sort of a higher level point of view.
Yeah, I think even from government, from authorities level, as per my understanding, the ministry and regulatory, the TRA, they're trying to make ease to the startups, especially in the delivery. And as I heard that there's a new, I think, executive regulators coming, or the modifying the prices. So the government's also trying to support the ecosystem and trying to, regulate it in much better way. And also, with many of these delivery companies, especially the startups, maybe the time to the collaborations will come. Some of them will collaborate and join in a company, and we will, for sure, we will see, they will tackle different challenges, like the addressing challenges. I think they are trying to now solve this one with a different way. I'm sure in next couple of years we'll see addressing solutions. We'll see also the mailboxing distribution solutions. So these things will come, I'm sure, in a couple of years to address the
and we have a question as well about the size of the market and whether the market can absorb multiple delivery apps. The question is specifically about food, but I want to make it even a wider sort of question. Is how many players can we see in the market, or does the market continue to grow and will continue to grow? Have we reached sort of where we want to reach?
I think as per the trends from big companies like DHL, they are assuming that this trend which has happened, it will remain, because the e-commerce is growing in the country, and we can see also the government is giving more focus on the e-commerce and supporting the e-commerce. And the delivery companies, I think they are also now trying to serve with the better quality. Many of them, they trying to open different branches in the country, and also they are pushing to the better services. So I think that will bring changes in the sector.
So you see collaboration in the future, maybe some consolidation, or are we still far away from consolidation?
Either consolidation, or we can see a marketplace where we can see one website. Anyone want to deliver anything, they can just go to that website, and this website will find you the best delivery company.
I see. So a marketplace for delivery companies. I think
I'm assuming
that's going to be very interesting. Yeah. Yes. Gaurav, so for you, what has been the hardest thing sort of throughout this journey? What is the main challenge that you've seen being a tech entrepreneur?
The hardest thing has definitely been one in Oman ecosystem of as a tech company to raise capital, because it's the ecosystem is just starting to grow, just starting to mature in terms of the tech companies. Hence, of course, that has been a challenge, one key challenges. But I would like to highlight a very different challenge, because those other ones can be fixed rather more conveniently. But the other challenge has been to find more tech resources locally in Oman. Something as a passion that I had initially when I built Akeed is to find more Omani tech resources who could work on companies like Akeed and Azuz and any other company in terms of developing applications on an international level. So that's something, as I hope with Akeed we can build a platform for the future that can offer opportunities to more tech graduates from colleges in order to work on a mobile application kind of a company that can be as great experience for their resumes and be developed more locally. So that's something I feel is been a challenge for sure.
So if we have anyone attending from colleges or universities, please take that note. We need people with the app development skills. I know for a fact that we graduate a lot of people in ICT or in technology. In fact, also, I know that within the job seekers, there's a large percentage that are ICT graduates. So it is looking to me like it's probably a skill gap, or maybe they are graduating in not in app development, but maybe in computer science or something else. So these can be developed into the skills maybe that that you're looking at. So you don't find that you find the laws and regulations are supportive of the ecosystem in terms of Logitech with the efforts that have been put in place. Obviously, it's come a long way, right?
Mr. Raed, are you talking about the recent regulation that was announced?
Just generally, I'm talking generally.
Sorry, just to clarify, is it for the captains, or can you clarify the question?
No, just the regulations around setting up a company, raising capital. So from a tech point of view, right? Okay. From a tech startup point of view, yeah.
Yes, I mean, that was a challenge for Musa and myself initially when we had presented this idea to the Ministry of Commerce in terms of starting a tech company that is going to be a mobile application like our competitor Talabat, to start in Oman and be an Omani company to start some service like this. There wasn't an activity to completely organize an industry like this of home delivery. So it took some time. Of course, a lot of persistence from our side had pushed the ministry to organize and to formalize such an activity of home delivery of meals. So we were able to then recently in Jan 2020 got the registration of home delivery of meals, part of the our company
code, yeah. So you find that we do have sort of supportive framework for doing this.
Yes. So things, yes. That's the thing. So it is evolving now, and we are at the start of that evolution of technology and startups and everything. So I feel there's a lot of opportunity. Like I'm seeing some questions about is there enough market and everything. So we are quite at the start of it, because till 2 years ago there was no delivery app doing such things. So the information, the data has literally been only for the last 2 years of knowing what the potential is of the market. So I think it's ever growing. People with, especially with COVID, has been more accelerated in terms of the growth of delivery apps. And more people are now getting accustomed to this kind of a service, whereas other markets in the region have completely saturated.
Yeah. And Mohit, do you find technology is the biggest struggle, Mohit? I mean, or is it resources, expertise?
It's everything, actually.
It's everything.
So it's, see, like every business has a challenge, and this also comes with its own challenges, the startup business. Before I address this question of yours, I just want to go back to the scope of how many, like, whether we have enough of deliveries or yes, whether more going to happen. See, I think COVID was just a trigger. It was just a trigger. It was bound to happen. It will happen. The world is moving towards that side. Now, we've seen this, we've seen companies or businesses pivoting to the technology. And one of our good friends said that no matter what business you do, if you don't have technology in it, then you better be planning to exit. So there has to be technology in everything that we do. I think we are just scratching the surface. The future has a lot more. There are a lot more opportunities going to come. We as disruptors are going to get disrupted ourselves, and there's a bigger things are going to happen. I am really excited about what's going to happen in future in terms of deliveries. So number two, the challenges. My biggest challenge was that when we started conceiving Azus, even though the ecosystem was there, but my awareness, personal awareness was not there. So we are learning over, and we just started in January and COVID happened. So it also restricted us from a lot of, we didn't have access to a lot of things, but luckily now we know better. So we are now trying to access whatever is available in the market. to use it and also to not to go out and get those things. So technology, it was one of those issues as well. But there is an ecosystem for technology in Oman, and a real good one also.
Okay, so I have a question, a very nice question from Nida, from the audience, is that how ready are you guys when the market opens and you get international players into the market? So I don't know, Gaurav, if Talabat is an international, is considered international, but what if, are we working towards real international standards?
Yes, I mean, we have definitely already applied things like contactless delivery, following regulations, not just in international, just health and safety regulations. We have had several conversations with Ministry of Municipality also in terms of what health and safety regulations that they will be introducing for delivery companies like us to ensure the safety and hygiene of the customers. So we are definitely going to be introducing all the kind of international regulations or international standards that are being used by companies, because as a young company, we follow these companies to be getting an inspiration, and not only in terms of features, but also the health and safety regulations to be followed.
So you're ready to take on international competition, basically, is what I understand, right?
Yes, I think we have built a good foothold in the market of establishing a local food delivery app and giving a tough fight in the market. So there are exciting things coming for Akeed in the next few months. So which will definitely put Akeed on a more international pedestal. So that I will for sure be guaranteed that Akeed will be a proud story of Oman.
I hope so too. I mean, I think you guys, I only order from Akeed, so for the sake of transparency, Angel Investments Oman is also an investor in Akeed and in Azuz. So Musa, market size, Oman compared to other markets in the region. Do we have any website or something that we can go to and find this information?
I think for website, I'm actually not sure if there's a website who's covering all the delivery specifically, because we can see this, the delivery services is boom more in last 1 year and a half, and maybe we can see more of them in the incubation stages, and they just started as a startup. So I'm not sure if there is. I tried to cover on that slide, if you saw it, the Omani one. Region one, we can see a lot of them also trying to also catch up the market in the region.
Because I have a lot of questions from the audience around market size. So it'd be interesting if maybe if there is somewhere we can get this data from later on, and maybe try and publish it and help with the help of Ush, to disseminate this information to other attendees later. I must say I couldn't find very specific information on the web.
Yeah, for logistics informations, we launched last summer logistic.om, where we are trying to make it a one single place, all information about the logistics sector in Oman. Yeah, there is several studies there.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not exactly the market as you asked.
Even as part of the e-commerce strategy, there wasn't any information that was gathered?
Yeah, I'm not sure from that.
Okay. Okay, so we'll continue to take questions from the audience. One specifically for Gaurav, right? So is the market big enough for everybody that's in it today? Again, this is market size, but as it was, specifically to you. So, I thought I'd ask you, in your view.
Yeah, I did mention some of my answers to these questions that came up. And yes, the market is small if you compare it to the region. But like I also mentioned in my previous discussions, is that this is just the brink of technology startups. And as Mohit also pointed out, we are just scratching the surface. So I feel there's a lot more potential during this evolution of technology, mobile application, the penetration of food delivery apps into the country, the market. I think the market in that aspect is definitely big. But Oman, what Akeed is also looking to be as definitely a story and a product of Oman, so that can be established and polished well within Oman and Oman's market, and to be taking this product internationally to in the region, so that can be the proud product of the country.
So you see the market in Oman is small, yet it's a good launching pad. And if you have a good foothold in the market, you're able to use it to move into other markets.
Exactly.
Mohit, a question for you. So what are the challenges or major challenges while working with SMEs? Is the flow of products constant? Is the quality checks being done? Is the benchmark of quality? So if you can just talk about your experience with working with producers and SMEs.
I'll just talk about in general about the whole mindset of people who are in the manufacturing or producers, whether they are small or big. I think it's about them understanding whether we are just delivering products or we are delivering fresh products, for example. So I give you an example, an SME farm that we work with very closely. They're run by a very young Omani brothers. And I am so happy to work with him. And I think he also believe in that, because we talk about always that the product has to reach the customer fresh. So anytime he calls me would be the time when if there is any problem on that. So it's a mindset, it's a mindset that needs to be changed for everybody, the customer, and as well as for us and for the vendors as well, people who are SMEs. And also it's not only just about selling, but what is the experience? What is the experience you're giving by delivering directly? The customer can come to the shop and buy it as well, but why we should deliver it directly to the customer? So that experience has to be defined. So answering your question, there have been some experiences where people didn't understand what we were trying to do, but at the same time there are few who really understand and very serious about it.
So you see, so you have a sort of an education sort of as part of your role. Why you have to educate the producers.
So that's what we do. We actually participate with them. We visit the farms. We visit their facilities. We get them to know us so that we can also guide them and also sort of educate, if you may so, and share our experiences. Not only just our experiences, our customer experiences also. Because at the end, if the customer is not going to be happy, we can do whatever we want. The experience, the product, the quality, everything has to be good when it reaches or it arrives in his kitchen or at his doorsteps.
Right. So you see yourself as sort of a representative, the front line. You're facing the customer, right?
Yeah.
So you have to ensure. Okay. So questions are coming in. So we have. Okay. This question is to both of you in our entrepreneurs, and I'll give you both a chance to answer. It's your favorite subject, which is fundraising, right? So. Not only do you guys have to run these companies, but you also have to fundraise. So do we have, the question is not whether it's fun or not, or whether you're able to fundraise or not, right? The question is, do we have enough sort of capital here in Oman in terms of VC angel investors for you guys to be able to work with? So Gaurav?
Okay. Yeah, I do believe there is the capital and the appetite, investment appetite for investors. Again, I go back to one of the same background issues of that is there have not been enough proven stories, proven concepts still in Oman that can be definitely a story like Kareem from UAE that has become a unicorn from in the Middle East, one of the first Middle East countries that became a unicorn. So that proven story has to still come in Oman to give that confidence to investors to be investing in companies in Oman rather than investing their own money internationally. So that's where we are at that moment of building that confidence and building a market, building a story for Oman as well on an international platform. So this is why it's a great opportunity for many companies to be at this time of evolution.
Yeah, Mohit?
So, see, we are still very young, actually. We are still very young in the line. And my personal belief is that if your business is good and scalable, the money will follow. No matter where you are, the money will follow. So I don't think there's not enough capital.
Yeah, I agree with you guys also. I mean, we decided as Angel Investments Oman to enter this market specifically in the angel stage because we saw that there is an opportunity and we saw that there is a role for us to play. So there's also a question for us as angel investors if we're seeing any traction of IT-enabled startups. So in the last year, believe it or not, we've seen a lot of companies. So and like Gaurav said, we're all chasing that unicorn, right? That Kareem, that Uber, that will come out of Oman at some stage. And we all believe that it is going to happen. And we all want it to be one of us, right? That's going to be that unicorn. So the market now is really at a stage where there's a lot of activity. And there's a lot of great ideas, and there's a lot of ambitious young people. Having said that, there still needs to be a lot of reform in the market in terms of enablement, in terms of regulation, in terms of skill sets. But the potential is very, very high. I believe. Musa, would you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We can see a lot of startups especially when we started our tech clinics. We started just because of many of the questions which came from the startups who are trying to do new businesses. The last 2 years was really full of many ideas, new ideas in the country, and we do believe yes that's this market will evolve a little bit, and then we'll see who will be possible to take his operation to the next level, because that will be difficult. Starting is because you are excited, then the next level is a bit difficult for the guys, and we hope this all startups is reach to the unicorn stage.
And you're even seeing student startups now, right? Because I saw that on your slides. Yeah.
Yes, it's there. So they are excited. They even, register the company. They put the logo. They said, okay, maybe when we graduate, we will start our, the startup. So yeah.
Yeah, it's very. I think it's a very exciting time to be part of this ecosystem. I still have some questions. Sarah, do we have time?
I think we should start wrapping up. I was going to suggest for those who still have questions, sorry we couldn't answer all of them, we will be circulating a summary sheet, and in that summary sheet we'll have all your email addresses. And of course we will be putting the recording of the session on YouTube, and all your email addresses are in, well, some of your email addresses, at least for Gaurav and Mohit, are on their presentations. So I do encourage you to reach out to myself on support@omanstartuphub.com or any of our speakers, and to take this conversation forward. But it's 6 p.m. So very sadly, we do have to be wrapping up. It's just too exciting and interesting a topic to cover in 1 hour, but I do hope that everyone benefited from this session. I'd just like to thank our amazing speakers today. It's been inspiring, interesting. So go and use the apps, go and start your businesses. The time is now. Anything to add, Raed?
No, I think that's a good note to wrap up on. And thank you again. I'm on Startup Hub and Arsh, and I'd like to thank all the panelists. We were just starting to get into the get into it. So maybe in a couple of months we can do another one.
Sure. Yes, we're very happy to do that again. And we will be sharing, of course, Akeed's promo code in the email with the YouTube link tomorrow. Thank you very much, and see you all again in the next Hush webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was lovely.